Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your late Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Lost King. And this is from director Stephen Frears, who had previously done film Philomena with Steve Coogan, and The Queen and Dangerous Liaisons, and he brings his very British sensibilities to this film based off of true stories, but written by Steve Coogan himself and writing partner Jeff Pope, who has done... They've written Philomena and Stan and Ollie, and you have this film that focuses on Philippa Langley, who is a woman who winds up being inspired, trying to find the truth and the lost resting place of Richard III of England, who was king but considered a usurper and a fiendish character in history, and played up that way. In Shakespeare, you even have, like, Lord Laurence Olivier playing Richard III, and there's like long black hair. And in this particular film, we have Sally Hawkins, who is an absolute treasure, love her to pieces, is portraying Philippa and brings this very empathetic and endearing and strong performance for this woman who deals with medical exhaustion, and she's trying to find the truth, and she dives deep into the lore and the mythology and the research of historians about Richard III, gets involved with this university, and comes to blows when it becomes all about the politics of who's getting credit, who's getting this, but all she cares about is the truth. And throughout the film, she sees this version of Richard III, played by Harry Lloyd, who she sees playing him, this actor, in the film at a play, and she sees him and she interacts with him. I don't feel like that element really adds anything to this miraculous true story, and I feel like it's just kind of like a little bit over the top and some kind of flair they're trying to drape over this to grab some extra attention that it didn't need. And Sally Hawkins, her performance is great in these scenes, and like it adds to Philippa as a character. But then people, like her own son, sees her and just like, mommy talks to herself, and they just skate right over it. It's like, is this magical realism? What's going on here? No explanation, but it didn't really add much to the film. And then you have all the elements with her ex-husband, played by Steve Coogan, who they have this unique relationship that they hold, and yeah, they're supportive, but like they kind of just leave the family off. Like a certain point, just like, you're not important anymore, and just kind of disappear for the rest of the film, and you're just like, what was the point of spending all that time building that up then and really not giving any satisfaction to it? And I feel like these things distract from this incredible true story of how they did actually find the resting place of Richard III. I'm not going to get into where, because if you don't know the story, it's just better that you don't. I didn't. And I had a lot more engaging experience probably not knowing and being able to learn along the way. It lives on its miraculous story. It lives on this really strong performance from Sally Hawkins, and also the dynamic and incredible score that Alexandre Desplat just like plops in here, just like, yeah, I didn't need to go this hard, but I did, and you appreciate it. And this is a beautiful little British film with all those British sensibilities. And it does have some cartoonishly one-dimensional antagonists, but in the end, I do think this is a good-spirited, solid, little British flick that has a great central performance that gives enough for us to want to watch this. But those are my thoughts on The Lost King. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.